Alright everyone, sorry for that delay. Um, but yeah, sorry for that. I was just a bit occupied on Discord. But, we're back and, if you might be able to hear it today without a face cam, I don't feel too well and I don't really want to ruin what's on screen with me just looking absolutely terrible, so I hope you can forgive me. Um, but yeah, today we're following BPS. I'm gonna be looking into that bracket in a moment. And also then at the leaderboard, just like usual. But please remember that there's a 5-minute delay to avoid any stream sniping from happening. There are no rewards in this stream. And if you want to talk in chat, please do so in English, whilst also not hating on any teams. Because if you do, you will be timed out. You can't cheer for a team you want to win, no? That's perfectly fine. So yeah, with that said, just have a look at the assistant, I guess. So yeah, as you can see, let me just maybe make this a bit taller. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. So, we have in group 1, which we are streaming, Fujit here, who's following Serenity, so if you want to check him out, this is who he's following. We also have Reti in this group, as well as Cash and Zenith, who've been doing alright this season. And BPS. The lower one being the team that we're following. Also, if any of the BPS watching, I hope I picked the correct logo, because I got sent 2 by Jack, so I hope that's the correct one. But yeah, so we're following the lower one, and they're most likely meeting in the quarters, and that is very awkward, since both are top 8. Which we're gonna talk about in a moment. Then group 2 is also quite interesting. We have double IW, with Vale right here as well, with Reckham. Endgame is here in this group as well, and ASP, who's been doing alright again. Group 3 has Shadow put forward, the first one that we see tonight. With Kraken here, with Retifuha, with Reckham team and Sparta. So some alright clans, but nothing in the level of top 8 range. At least not from current leaderboard, I don't think. Let's move on to the next group, which is the last one as well. We have APA here. What else we have? We have another Fuha team here. A1N1 is here as well. A second APA team here who Raid will have to face in the second round. We get Loka here again, but this will be the semis if they do end up meeting. So yeah, that should be interesting as well. So, getting to the semis again qualifies yourself for tomorrow, which we also will be following. And yeah, with that, we got all the brackets out of the way. So let me just really quickly get the leaderboard for you. There we go. And the current one is looking with Endgame on top here. In first place, 26,700, having quite a lead over Serenity now. BPS, the team that we are following today, being in third. Not looking too bad either. Still could go over Serenity, and they are meeting this group, potentially. So that will be interesting. Loka right behind with A1N1, APA. The other BPS team here in 7th. So if they end up losing here, that will be a quite hard hit for them in terms of their top 8 spot, since we are in the second to last previous skill, so you want to qualify as much as possible, of course. IW here in 8th as well. And we have a 9th pretty close after, Reckham, Reti, and then even Sparta here being reasonably close to that. We've also then following up Shadow, Vale, Zenith, Kraken, and Raid, who have managed to stay inside top 16. I'm pretty sure that's what they will be gunning for now, since they had some rather poor matchmaking, to say the least. So yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting, but even top 16 is not fully decided. If we have a look, 19-6 here is what it ends on, and we have 19, round up 19-6 as well, so There might be some changes here. 207, Cash, and Fuha all have displayed some pretty good performances this season, so there might definitely be some potential there. But with that out of the way, I think we're gonna get our room invite soon, or we should be at least. So, yep, it is here. And with that, we're gonna start with BPS here on Black Goldville against Evico. Also a new team, I think, or at least a new clan. Might be wrong though, but it's the first time I'm hearing about them in terms of their tag, so apologies if you're not new, but you know, no offense to anyone, of course. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Black Goldville, a map that we have seen quite frequently throughout the season. Not a new map by any means, so definitely interested to see how these teams will be approaching it. And yeah, let's just see what lineup they take and find out what we could expect here potentially. Apologies, just had to drink a sip. But Black Goldville, as I mentioned, a quite interesting map. We've seen quite a diverse way of playing it. There's a lot of ways to play over the seaside, often very aggressively. So you want to try to get that early to just get that map or that cap advantage. But not too rarely now. We've even seen some very early B cap strats which have worked out as well. So I'm excited. Looking forward to how they will be playing that and just how these teams will be approaching it. So yeah, we have a mouse here from Fantasy. Not quite sure why you'd want to bring a mouse here. You really can't play it near the A side because it's very, very tall. Meaning you can't really hide behind any ridgelines all too well. So the only really way for me to see a mouse be used effectively here would be either near the construction site area ish, or city, whatever you want to call it, near the C cap, or maybe even just straight up going for a B approach here. But otherwise, I don't really know what a mouse could do here. Double E5, double crown is pretty standard here, nothing too out of the ordinary. And then we also have a T22 from F and Kuma in the Vickers. Has been doing a pretty good job in the lights. At least from the matches that I have seen myself. And yeah, double crown on the enemy team as well with triple E5. An IS4 here. And also a Vickers. The IS4 usually used near the B camp, either to just keep a proxy or to go inside, which usually is the then plan B or just what you want to do in later stages of the game. So I'm interested. There's a lot of diversity, like Evico can play here. A lot of different ways they can approach this map, whilst BPS is limiting themselves, especially with that mouse. I just feel it's very important to address that one tank. Usually, you wouldn't think a tank makes that much of a difference, but if we talk about a map like Black Goldville, which relies heavily on map control, and to a certain degree even on just having the caps early, a tank like the mouse, which is just too tall for a lot of positions, especially when there's so many crossfire angles from here into the middle, from top into the middle, from the spawns into the middle, and just in general, the amount of angles that exist on that map, it's quite challenging to use the mouse properly, I feel. So I'm quite intrigued to see how BPS wants to approach this. If they want to go for a more slower or potentially even an aggressive strat here. But we're don't need to wait too much longer as we start with our first game of the evening, which is gonna be BPS versus Evico on Black Gold. And let's see what they can do. Oh, loading in quite a bit here. Ah, never mind. We're fine. Okay. Hit points are pretty even here, which is pretty nice. Kuma probably looking for this one little spot here on the hill. This one here is really good to scout with. So if you can just take that, you can sometimes see some good spots, but drove into a wall there, not too nice. But Optimi, how do you even say that? The Vickers from Evico, they managed to spot all 7 of the players from BPS, so Team Blue here definitely with a heavy knowledge advantage, and as we can see, Fantasy here going full C, and that's what I was talking about. There's easy cross shots from everywhere if you can keep it spotted. And a mouse, because of how tall it is, it has very poor camera rating, meaning it's very easy to spot. But he got there very, very fast for C. Oh, Ranger here. Taking a very good shot from middle finger. The Vickers here is not doing too great here, with F here putting the second good shot into him already. Did get punished for it in return though, being a bit too cheeky there. Does manage to get a return shot in though. The E5 not the greatest when it comes to side scraping, as the side armor is rather weak indeed. And we're starting to see the first bit of damage now, serious damage coming in as well. With the E5s here pushing up. There is a play made here for A, and middle finger is gonna be front forward here. Have a look at F, who is already taking some damage again. Just trying to hold him back here to the best of his abilities, but if he peeks too far he will take damage, so you want to be careful here. Evico though is in hit point advantage. A here now being pressured by one of the E5s. Effie really has to be careful, but the E5s from Evico are not really being very generous with giving out hit points here, but Evico is deciding to make their move. Dragging over the ice for, dragging over both Kranwagens now. This is going to be a very aggressive play here on the A side, but BPS is doing the same here, pushing forward with Ricky and Komi. Now coming from the back lines here, just sitting in A there, trying to block that to the best he can. And they've also caught the Kranwagens here off guard. The mouse here finally arriving, probably the reason why they decided to push here, as it would be an extra tank up, and they do lose Kuma here, the Vickers being a crucial tank. You'd usually want to keep till the end, and they even lose the T22 here. BPS is dropping their main DPM quite heavily, but the hit points are heavily against them here. 7.5 to 3,000. Most of that being now on this Vickers, or half of that at this point. Apologies. Very good shot there into that E5. Able to clear him, but this game will go to BPS. And a very good rotation here. Ivico there having a good idea, trying to push the flank that does not have the mouse, since they early on knew where he would be. And they also had hit point advantage. So pushing here was not the worst idea, they just got caught out in the open with the tanks they had. And BPS's focus fire was just that much better. Meaning they will be going to match point here in round 1. But let's see who will be getting the final kill here. Probably Ranger. Yes, he does. And the mouse actually worked here on Black Oval. I am rather shocked indeed. Positively though. So that is nice. Didn't even do all that bad in terms of damage here. Very good spread from BPS, not really letting any tanks down. Ricky here being focused, of course. That's bound to happen. And Evico here also having a pretty decent damage spread, actually. It's just that the lower performance here not quite able to stack up to what BPS was able to achieve. And with that, we move to the second game here. We have a lineup change on both sides. Nope. I take that back. Evico going with the same one again. But BPS here has definitely changed it up now. Triple Kranwagen, no mouse. We have the Vickers T22 combination back at it again, and we might see the double E5. So we would only switch from a mouse to a Kranwagen here. If that stays to be the only swap here. I'm also just gonna warn you in chat about that sneeze. I apologize. Alright, there we go. Just so that at least those that have the chat open are aware. But it seems Evil is gonna be the only player change here. From a mouse to a Kran, the rest staying the same. Even the players here, I believe, not changing the tank they chose. And with that, this is match point here for BPS. 1-0. On Black Golden, in a very good position. Pretty dominant victory, in fact, even. The focus side just that much better, in my opinion. And let's see how Evico is gonna react to that, as there hasn't really been any lineup change all too much. Kuma here gonna go in the middle again, and so is the opposing Vickers. Oh, he does see those crossing. Doesn't get a shot in though, but he takes one instead. So does Kuma, who takes a lot bigger shell though. 480 there. Has to be very careful about that. You don't really want to lose hit point early. And with that, we have again Capital here. BPS liking to play Oversea and middle finger there. Spotted out in the open here, takes 2 shots to the side. And even the E5 here in a good shot there from F. And BPS here really making an aggressive play. They know that everyone, or at least most of them, are on that side, so pushing into B here, definitely not the worst idea from BPS. Especially since everyone is more or less lined up behind them here. There's no way they can just stop that from happening entirely, meaning they need to push somewhere. It's doubtful that they will go for the C side, since it's rather open. So we could expect either a push over here or straight through the middle here. Since we are seeing some early damage coming in Fantasy here. A bit risky with his position, does get a shot back though into middle finger. And F here doing a fantastic job just scouting. And a lot of damage. Here we go. Here's the push over the A side. As I would have guessed. Oh, I did indeed do. But the hit points here are just absolutely diminishing heavily on all of these tanks. Not just a couple. Only Whiteberry here having full HP. The rest being down to half or even less than that. BPS here now deciding to push in, as they have 50% more hit points than their opponent. This is a very good trade to make. F there being a bit unfortunate, getting rammed there. Doesn't quite manage to hit his shot, but the focus here on that Vickers from him. Kuma here coming in as well, and everyone from BPS but Ricky over there, who's on the other half of the map, is now here with some very, very good focus fire. PPS here, managing to basically do 7k whilst only taking 4, now 5k in return. Very good trade here, and very convincing victory, yet again. PPS here being a very strong team this season. Should not be overlooked by any means, or by any team. And again, very good damage spread here. Across the board. No one really underperforming that at all. And with that, BPS moves on to the next round. Meaning we will have a quick look at the assistant before we will move on to replays. And indeed, we will be seeing a BPS versus BPS moment. With Serenity here moving up, Reti and Zenith playing, and Cash here sitting there as well, already waiting for their opponent. Group 2 has IW waiting, Reckham, Endgame, ASP, and KV4. In Group 3, do we have any surprise victories here? It does not appear that way. Oh, Reckham lost to Sparta. It is quite surprising, but they have been doing pretty well recently. So maybe not too shocking, and Kraken winning here as well. And in Group 4 we have APA, Fuha, Ray. Oh, neither of these teams showing up, so they have 3v into qualifying for tomorrow. And Loka and Phoenix here. Gonna be playing that next game. I can't really bring too much hype into it when my throat is hurting whilst I'm speaking. Apologies for that. Okay, it's time for replays now. We have about 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and have a look at what they're able to do. With Perfectionist here in 260. Not sure if that name fits for the tank you're playing, but no hate. Alright, let's see. Hey Senko, Zibi, Dark, Grapes, Dine, or Dune, one of the two, and Arian. Hello. Hope you're gonna enjoy this, at least accept this rather underwhelming streaming performance with near to no hype, really, because I mean, I didn't really just want to cut off not streaming, so I think I'd rather just stream but be less hyped, but still, you know, bring you the context of what is happening in game. It's better to show than to just have these games be unstreamed entirely, which would be just a bit sad in my eyes. And there would be no one to cover it. So yeah, not expecting good feedback, but if you have any, like, feedback in general, that's of course always appreciated. But yeah, I'm very looking forward to the next game. Oh, BPS versus BPS. It's unfortunate that those two had to face each other in this round. If it were one later, I think both would have been fine with it, given that they could have both qualified for tomorrow. So it's gonna be interesting how that one will be played, since I'm assuming they... Okay, he destroyed his gun through the turn. Since they probably trained a reasonable amount with each other, at least I'm just gonna guess that. I don't know. I have no info to back up that claim. That was not very nice of you. So it's probably gonna be something that either they've hidden from each other, or they just need to absolutely bring out their mind game and individual skill in that matchup. It's gonna be very interesting. Especially when the clan knows each other and, like, you know that they know each other. I mean, with the clan tags, it's kind of obvious, right? So we don't need to have any hypothesis here. Just looking for an interesting game. Although, if the team we are following, the BPS with 1- were to lose, that will be the end of the stream. As we are following a set team tonight and not a bracket like we do on day 2. So we might have to cut the stream early. Hope that won't be the case, but it could very well be in the realm of possibility here. I do not wanna, you know, just forgo that. Factions is still full HP. Should start using that. Maybe even help us this girl. The conk is not really something to be worried about. Oh, nice shot. Grill able to put out one more. That really does help a lot. Now in the 1v3 though, now he really has to start putting some work in. Leila, hey net force. I'm fine. I'm just like, how do I put it? Like, I don't feel down or anything. I might sound like it, but that's just my voice. I can't really do anything about that. I apologize. It's the only way to express it, since I don't really want to show my face like this, or when I feel like this on stream. I don't think that's really pleasant for anyone to look at, so I'm just gonna have it off for today, as I mentioned earlier as well. Should I feel better tomorrow, the webcam will be there, but if not, then just gonna have it off for the time being. But I'm fine. It's nothing to worry about. Let's put it that way. Nothing serious. Yep. What the am I right? Oof. Come on. To be honest, I would have also just peeked here, because the 95 can't one-shot you anyway. You faster reload. Oh my god. Then a 5A. What was that? So to be honest, I would just risk it. Like, somehow clear the 5A without taking a shot. And then just get behind the 95. Also, why isn't he not using the better speed boost? The 95 has it, right? Am I misremembering? But he is a one-shot now, even for APCR rolls. That's like 560, right? I think that's the average damage for 150 to 155 millimeters. Oh, better be careful. But you have an easy time here. The roof of the 95 is not that strong. You can even afford to shoot he here. Although this should really be an APCR to make sure he's a one-shot with the next shot. Just like that. Bit of a low roll, but see if he fluffs it or not. Already has 7.4k damage. 3.3k blocked as well. He's been putting in a lot of effort, even if he did block his Vickers earlier. But he did manage to win it. So, congrats. And well played. I'm feeling alright. It's just, how do I sound convincing with my voice being like this? I don't even know. That's a lot of Sheridans. Full ATGM game, he says, so I'm assuming only rockets. Oh yeah, it is indeed. Come on. See what he does here. Why is it double fuel that you're running? Is this touch? This looks like touch. Because why else would you be swinging around like this? Because you're looking for the touch auto aim, right? That's what I would assume at least. Nice. I mean, that wasn't hard, so why am I saying nice? And we got that. Next target acquired, I guess. Yep. What are you doing? Huh? I'm not sure if was a shield for the grill, or if that was just being idiotic. Oh my god, his Sheridan nearly died. Just to me. That's an I7. Oh, that's a 57. That was very risky. But there's D100 too. I mean, the only one Sheridan is somewhere skulking around here on the map. It has a lot of one-shots in his team. 3, in fact. If we include himself. Oh my god. I was lucky. Just lost his tune mate to a Sheridan. He's at least managing to pen his shots. That's, you know, that's something. He's hitting and penning. Gotta give him some credit at least. Oh, and there's the next one. There's the Sheridan. That's a good shot. Layla, we've talked about this before. I do not consume honey. I did not even see the rocket. He just straight up. Oh, nice. It was just a direct shot, not even indirect or anything. The 100 isn't too big of a worry here, really. It's really just that Sheridan. Why would he want to go for a cap? You're already above on points. There's no need to do that. Wait, does the TVP not know how to reload? Oh, never mind, he does, but there's just the 100 there. I was worried for a second. He needs 2 more shots now. Unless the TVP can manage to put one into him. Come on, you can do it. Nice. Would you look at that? Fantastic. Well played. Although that was quite some spamming, I must admit. And how much time exactly do we have? Just to be sure. We have 7 minutes, so let's show a short replay. Let's mark this off before I forget. I guess this one is fine enough. 3 minutes. Schunston. Ah, you were playing with Luca. Nice. Would you look at that? This is not realistic. Oh, wait, I know what's gonna happen. Oh, I've seen this. Oh, no, they double tapped them. No. Why not hash? Come on, that's boring, dude. Go for some risks. Have some fun. Oh my god, why is he showing us? There we go. E4. Oh. 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 Bruh. I don't know if that was just ping. Oh, what it. Oh my god. But that E4 shot was unfortunate. Come on, hash him. Stop driving. I know you have to control people. Like, you have to right click and then hold to look around. It's so bizarre. Like, what am I gonna do with this camera angle? Like, that is not necessary. If you could just look around normally, that would be so fantastic. It works on touch, but not on PC, which is a bit annoying. Oh, the lag. He's trying to angle at least. Doesn't really work though when you're a mouse that gets shot at with heat. His E100 is still full. What has he been doing? Oh my god. Luca's having, or not Luca, but Chunston is having some nice lags here. Because that's his replay. So we just see what he sees, and if he has lags, we see those. Hey, the E100 did it! Woo! E100! Yeah! Wasn't the greatest result. I'm gonna say that, but I mean, I guess, right? But with that, it's now BPS versus BPS time on Rockfield. Interesting. Interesting. What the hell? That is not a. I asked Fujit if he wants to have a chat again, since we're in the same group, and he just said indeed. That's not too bad. I'm just gonna laugh at him. I hope he takes it not too serious. Alright. So what do we have here? Lineup. Still in development. Yeah, don't worry, Lena. Alright, lineups are ready. What do we have? Double ice 4. That's either A top side or it's something to do with downside B, but I'm not sure. Man, the strats have become so diverse that it's so hard to now just know what teams are going to be doing. Of course, that's the point of it, but it makes it a bit harder as a commentator. Regardless of that, we also have double crown, double E5, and the T22, a very flexible lineup. From, I'm just gonna say Team Red because they're gonna be red, they're gonna be green, right? Just good. Blue. It's gonna be easier instead of saying BPS and BPS. And then Team Blue has 215B, interestingly enough. Alright. With T22 and Vickers, that is 3 DPM tanks. I've seen that before. Has worked before. Not on Rockfield, though. I'm intrigued by it. And then we also have double E5, a Kranwagen, and Edgar in an icefall. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Round 1 begins of BPS versus BPS. Alrighty then. That is a massive hit point difference. How many is that? 1400? Well, yeah, almost. It's gonna be interesting though. They have the massive DPM advantage, so that's pretty good. Both teams here are reasonably split, and indeed we see the Ice Force do go topside here. Yeehaw taking a shot very early. Oh, the 215B here being back up. And even Foxy over there. Team Blue here being very aggressive. F already in C, but a bit late. Emma managing to get into A just a tad quicker. Gonna be there for ahead on points. Good attempt there by Edgar. Rushing his shot a little, but I think he more or less had to at that point. Hakan here pushing quite far forward. Fantasy here spotted. He has to be careful. He doesn't have too much immediate support, so if they push him, he's gonna be in danger. And Edgar here, talking about danger, he is in massive trouble right now. Down to 400 already. Edgar has to be very careful now. But Team Blue here now being very aggressive. What is this? Pushing straight onto Yeehaw here. Ricky and Gaseo. We also have Kuma from behind. And Yeehaw here looking very, very terrible in their position right now. Kami here now pushing into an BPS. Team Red is responding. Now with a gun less. Fantasy also pushing from up top. Hakan, he has to turn around. Edgar finally going down. Hit points still in favor of Team Red here, but Emma is getting shredded and Gasio on the side. Kami pushing from the front now. This Ice Force not gonna last too long. Down to a one-shot, 100 hit points here. Look at that help here coming for Fantasy. F there, helping him out, focusing Foxy here. Oh, he's burning. Does go down to the fire, and it's a 4v3 here in favor of the red team, having an extra cap, having an extra gun, and therefore also a lot more hit points. Focus here on Hakan though. Fantastic job from Kuma and F, but they're losing Gasio down there. And that is a full ice for half Kranwagen and another Kran that is basically almost full. That looks very, very awkward to play as. Kuma here, not really doing the greatest of jobs pushing through there. Should have let F go first. He's gonna get Kora out, but that is going to be it. And Team Red is gonna win it first here. Gonna go ahead and go on match point. Very strong first game. Big part of it, I think, was F losing a lot of hit points there early on. And then also the push on Yeehaw here, which cost him a ton. So, yeah. It's very bizarre. That lineup. And not that lineup, but the way that game was played. That's very unlike what you see normally on Rockfield. Very aggressive, that gameplay. Lineup change. We see a TD here. Fantasy has played this before. I think it was also Rockfield even, and I remember streaming that game. They even won that as well. That was very convincing. So let's see what they do here. We have a Vickers as well, double Kran, double E5. This time, not Kuma in the light tank, but it's F instead, and Edgar in an Icefall. And then we have the red team here with quad E5, double Kran, and a Vickers. Might see a quick switch in lineup here. Let's see. Nope. No. All right. Let's see here. Team Red is on match point. A very strong first game. But they now have to play against Zerd in 268, who is Evil Fantasy, by the way. He's pretty good in tank destroyers and tournaments. Very experienced. So every time he brings out one, it's gotta be troublesome for the opponent. Oh, Foxy. Oh, he sees the TD. Didn't get shot though. Only up and over, but Kora. Yep. Very early damage there from the 268. The red team here focusing on the C side. A little bit on B here as well with Hakan and Elysium. Oh, this time the red team here faster on C. Again, they're gonna go ahead with a cap advantage. Kora here taking another one. Big hit here. Not sure where he got penned the second time, but he has to be very cautious now. 268 here in a very good position and overlook a lot of stuff. Have to be careful. Oh, what a blind shot there on Kora. 250 with HE. And it just now able to camp B here though. AM. Apologize. Meaning that the red team here now far ahead when it comes to points. Foxy here just holding, trying to get some spots in. I managed to see Commie there, very good angle that he caught him on. General here holding to. Has to be careful not to fall back too far, because 268 is within reach. Not too much has happened so far though. We see a relocation from BPS here. The blue team. 268 pushing forward and F moving up as well. Ooh. Can he see that? Oh, he can! Very good awareness there, Hakan. Did not expect that. Takes a shot. And Gasio here now under fire. Did push up quite far. But they did manage to put apologies, one back into Foxy. Are now getting pushed though. Foxy takes another one. He has to be careful here. But Gasio also down to half of his hit points. Edgar here actually able to cap B there. That is a very good one to get. But this Kranwagen here from the blue team is just under absolute focus right now. Getting him out is going to be very good. Edgar here serving as a distraction here as the rest of BPS is coming in. Gasio here, the first one to fall. Edgar already more or less behind cover again, but he's losing a ton of hit points. Does drop down here. And with that, we have a 2-tank gun advantage here to the red team. But the hit points are still more or less even. This can be turned around. They lose F here. That is a very big loss. We are close to the 900 point mark here for both teams, respectively. The 268 here now being cornered. Has to be careful. Elysium here going down, and slowly but surely the blue team here managing to get some tanks back, but not without repercussion. They are losing a lot of hit points. Ricky here a little bit out of position. Can't really do anything. They're trying to chase the Vickers. Did not work out for them. Now having to resort to focus General here and act as a hit point buffer. Fantasy still alive with his 268. Just now goes down. Kora here does drop Commie. Trying to find that Vickers. It's just not gonna be that easy. Both teams now at 900 points. 2 caps though for the red team. It's a 3v3. Kuma here is gonna go down. 30 more points. 20 more points. Oh, Foxy here. He's risking it all. And he does manage to get away. And with that, my stream actually does end. As we look into the distance here. Yeehaw. Nearly full HP. What an absolutely strong performance here. 268, very good awareness. A great game from both teams. But 2-0 prevail as we have the double minus BPS, let's just call it that. A winning here, going to the next stage. And with that, my stream will be over. Let's have a final look at the brackets here. Before I send you guys over to Fujit stream, would be great if one of the moderators maybe send in the link to his channel, unless I remember. We have Serenity here and Reti playing and qualifying for tomorrow. The BPS here that definitely needed to qualify since they're in 7th place. Want to qualify even more so than BPS, who's 4th, I think, or 3rd. Even though both, of course, want to. I think this team needed it more. I'm not saying that anything happened. I'm just saying that fortunate for them here. They needed it more. They did play better, and they managed to win. Cash and Kraken here still playing, probably in tiebreaker now. Group 2 has Vale beating out IW and IW losing out with their other team in round 1. Oh, they're gonna drop out of top 8 here with that performance. KV4 here. Reckham and Endgame meeting in the semis of Group 2. Group 3 is gonna have Shadow and Sparta here, already waiting for their opponents. There were 2 still going on here, Reti and Kraken. Is that 2 Kraken games still played? Did I see that? Yes, 2 Kraken games still going on. And the thing is, either Reti, if they win, they're gonna have 2 teams qualifying, or if Kraken wins, they're gonna have 2 teams qualifying. Although Kraken needs to win with both teams here, I think, right? Was my memory bad? Oh, Cash beating out Kraken. So Kraken only gonna have 1 team if they do manage to win here in Group 3, but that's if they win. And in Group 4, we have APA here waiting. Fuha and A1N1 still fighting, probably in a tiebreaker, and Raid versus Loka. Wish someone would stream that, but sadly we don't have that many going around here. I'm just gonna wait just in case I do get an invite, which I highly doubt. But just to be on the absolute safe side here, we're on Group 3. I'm an idiot. Are we? No, wait, what? We're in Group 1. What am I doing? Sorry. This is the next game at full past. Oh god, I'm not gonna wait that long. I mean, I am set to that team. Let me just absolutely make sure. BPS with the minus, the top 46, 64 team name, which is the team that did drop out until they win or will be knocked out. Alright, so this stream is it for me. A bit of a shorter one. It's gonna be nice for my throat, but I don't think that was in consideration of that. Regardless of that though, I hope you guys enjoyed this, even if it was short. Thank you for watching. I'll be hopping over to Fujit, so hope you guys are gonna be over there as well. And see you all again next time. Bye bye.